From your PHLV radio family, Merry Christmas and all the best in the coming year.
Merry Christmas from your friends at PHLV Radio. This is Healthy Mondays with AAPINA of Nevada. Healthy Mondays with AAPINA of Nevada. Start the week healthy and right with interesting conversations on living a healthy lifestyle.
Good day, everyone, and happy Monday. This is Zara Burines. I'm one of the professors at Nevada State College, and I'm also one of the founding members of AAPINA of Nevada. Today, in behalf of Dr. Marifi Armstrong, we are here to bring it to you one of the best thing to do in order to be healthy, which is hiking or moving Mondays. So we also have a lot of people out there who wants to join us, but tonight we have some guests that would express their experiences about hiking as well. So to begin with, I would like to ask all our guests to introduce yourself. I just have to mention your name and say something about yourself. 1 to 2 sentences will be good. Okay, so we'll start from Dr. Martha Rodriguez.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marta Rodriguez, or Magdalena, and I am a family nurse practitioner. I have an office that I take care of patients of all ages and chronic and acute illnesses. And I live in Las Vegas, so I love to hike here in the Red Rock Canyon, different trails, and I usually go to the easy and the immediate trails. I think those are beneficial as good as extreme ones, but I try to keep it as good as I can do, just to stay in a safe road. But for the most part, I love to do the trails that are easy.
All right, thank you so much. Actually, she is also a doctor, so Dr. Martha Rodriguez. I will call you Martha today, okay? What about Marilu Loisel? She's also a nurse practitioner. Marilu?
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Loisel. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I'm practicing currently in pain management, acute, not chronic. And then I am venturing into family practice. I'm in the process of training practice, so I would like to marry both of those practice. So, and yes, I do hike with Zara. That's my partner right there. And it's our bonding time, and it's just being with nature, and it's nothing more than it's very refreshing and stress relieving. Yes. And nice meeting you ladies, beautiful ladies.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Marilu. She's right. We always go out together. It's our bonding moment. And I would agree with that 110%. All right, let's move on to Miss Shannon Donahoe.
Hi, so my name is Shannon Donahue, and I am a new graduate nurse and from Nevada State College. And I love hiking. My family and we love to go to various national parks. And locally, Red Rock is definitely a location that we love to hike in. It just helps with bonding experience with my family and friends, as well as to decrease my stress and be one with nature and see some beautiful places.
That is right. We got a lot of places there too. Maybe we have common places that we visit too. We're going to share it later. All right. So our last guest is Miss Etzel Samudeo. Come on in.
Hello, everyone. My name is Etzel Samudeo. I also just graduated nursing school. I'm also a server, so I walk a lot. That's why I'm a hiker. I love hiking. Is definitely one of the most beautiful activities that I can do. It helps me a lot with stress relieving. It helps me to stay calm and to be more happy and have better relationships with everyone. I usually do it by myself because My family unfortunately is not here,
Mm.
but I enjoy a lot, like getting to the top and just enjoying the beautiful view.
That's nice. That's something. I
Oh.
thought that you usually have
Well,
both together.
congratulations, you two. Yes, we needed new nurses.
Thank
So
you.
good job. It,
Appreciate it.
we know it's not easy.
That is true.
That
And
is
most probably hiking is one of the activities that help them to get through nursing school. They will share it with us anyway. Okay, ladies, I will just ask you one question. First question, actually. Why hiking again? Shannon, I'll start from you.
All right, so hiking is just a really great activity. You get to, you can hike individually, like Itzel was saying, or you can do it in group settings. It's just really great to, de-stress. You don't have any technology with you. You're just you and the trail. It's really such an rewarding experience to get to the top or to accomplish the task of hiking. It doesn't have to be a strenuous or a super long hike. It can be like a nice little easy loop, but just to be outdoors, kind of get that heart rate and that blood flowing. It's just a really great time. So I've been hiking since about 20 years now, really, from what I can remember.
Oh.
So it's really just great.
Really, 20 years.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
nice. So we started also hiking during the pandemic. I think that was one of the activities that was really effective because people were talking about it. Then we tried and we love it. It was so nice, and it is so nice outside. For me, it was a distressing moment for me. And I mean, if there's a lot of things going on in my life, too many responsibilities out there, that's one time that I have to reset myself. And then Monday comes, I'm ready to go. So what about Martha? Why hiking?
Well, sorry, I have people behind me now. Well, hiking is one of the greatest cardiovascular exercises. Actually, it helps get the bones stronger, and also helps you with memory. It helps you with your balance, and it's one of those exercises that, besides cardiovascular balance and memory, it also helps you boost your immune system in a way that all those endorphins and GABA, norepi, it helps you boost the immunity. GABA reduces the cortisol and other components in your brain. So it helps you boost your memory and the good feeling of exercising. And so going with someone also helps build relationships and to know them better. It's like working at home, at work with a team together, that you have to work together with everybody else. And so when you go hiking, you can actually help each other and plan what you need to take, things that you need to pay attention to, take breaks. Also, you need to make sure you stay hydrated. And so it's part of being in nature, and it helps breathe better. It helps you with your memory. Actually, there's some studies out there from Stanford that says that people who live in the urban areas have more depression and anxiety than those in the rural areas. And that's one of the keys. And there's one study from Harvard also, and they talk about having a good medicine for depression, which is nature. And so those are a very important aspect of thinking, the importance of going hiking. You don't have to go for perfection, but actually you want to encourage others and be mindful that you want to just spend time with them, think about what you have done through the day, and stay away from media. I mean, it's just part of being out there, and just get your mind out of negativity, and just think about how important will be to focus and start a new a day just by going out and walk. We have trails where I lived, but they're not as the hiking trails. They're just trails like on the street, and you just have the time to walk miles and miles. But being in the nature is totally different. You see the sceneries, the terrains. I mean, it helps you boost those skills that you need also for balance. Now, you can use the stick to make sure that you don't fall, but for the most part, it's so beneficial for your cardio, your memory, so your brain, your from head to toe and everything in between is one of the best exercises, I think, out there.
Yes, and I would agree with you because I was also researching exactly what you said. I got everything exactly what you have said. So I'm gonna go ask Marilu, do you have to add something based on what Martha explained to us?
I agree with you, Martha. It is good for mental health, a lot of people out there, especially during the pandemic, we had to, but so many challenges and stuff. I never was a hiker or a walker at all, Yeah, maybe go to the gym, like that, but I get bored easily. So when I go to the gym, I don't need the machines. I like Zumba, I like, steps classes, but since the pandemic, everything shuts down and everybody's walking. And I'm like, wow. So then I started walking. That's the time when I was reviewing for my boards. And in the morning when I wake up, because I'm an early riser, I do my an hour and a half walk in the morning, get my brain ready so I could study the whole day, and stuff. And it was good to just go outside, put my Christian music, I listened to it. I started my walk and then run. And then later on, me and Zara started doing our hiking. And I tell you, like Lone Mountain, I could never get up that Lone Mountain the first time. I only did the first landing. And then the second time I made it to the top, and then it's like you conquered it and you're like, yes. And then you go up to the top and the whole Las Vegas. And I'm like, it's such a good feeling, but really it helps you, like you said, cardiovascular, it helps you with your bones to strengthen your bones, and it's really good for your health, and it's the same time when you're with somebody like me and Zara, that's our bonding time. That's what we say. Okay, this is our bonding time every Saturday, whether people want to join us or her husband join us, but her and I, we, no matter what, those other people, they're just there to join us if they want to, but that's our date. Every Saturday we do, and then we go, we have our lunch after that, just unwind and everything, and it's a good feeling. And I do it. That's why today we went to Red Rock. I took my hike because the weather was really nice and stuff. So I said, Zara and I, we need to go back to our hiking because we've been busy lately that we haven't done our hiking, but it's beautiful out there. Perfect day to go hiking.
Yeah, yes. But I think we have to go back again to our schedule so we could be back with all this experience.
Not boring.
Yes, but Edsel, what's your favorite place to go?
My favorite place is definitely Zion. My favorite hike is Angel's Landing. It feels so awesome when you get to the top. I don't know if you guys been, but there's there's like a lot of rocks. Obviously, you have to hold yourself by chains because it's like the trail is so small. But once you get to the top and you enjoy that beautiful view, there's nothing more rewarding than that. Wow. I love taking a backpack with a lot of snacks and just spend a couple hours in the top, eating my snacks and just enjoying the view and feeling the air on my face.
Wow, that's nice. That's your self-care there on the spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. Shannon, where's the favorite place that you usually go?
Ooh, I love Zion as well, but Yosemite National Park is one of my favorites. So I really love Nevada Falls. is a great
Oh,
hike. Yeah. It's there are different levels, so you can kind of stop and turn around at different points. But it does get a little bit more strenuous towards the top. But for around here, trying to think, I would definitely say by my house, there's just a few trails, like some petroglyph trails that I can hike on, and they're pretty easy as well. If I just want to get outside and just go walking on an easier path.
yeah. That's good, huh? What about you, Martha? What's your favorite place to go?
Well, I like the my daughter has a map that she knows all those trails better than I do. But I have been at the Zion National Park, and what I think because of the weather, I usually go in the spring or early falls, because in the summertime it's so hot. I mean, it's you have to protect yourself also, and so it's a little difficult to go in the summertime with the heat and then all these heat around you. There's not enough water, but it's you have to be prepare for any summer hiking. And so it's better in the spring and the early fall, just because of those, the terrains. I mean, I look for water, but there's not enough water in the summertime here in the Red Rock. But when we go to the Zion National Park, which is Utah, there's a big lake, and we used to camp and everything, but it's not the same as going into Red Rock. It's more of walking, and then you have the different levels of difficulties. Besides, also the terrain, it can be flat, or it can be go up a hill. And so I really love the different levels of terrain. I think it makes your heart pump faster, and so that's the benefit of it. And besides, just stopping to eat something, and then just helping each other. I go with my sons and my daughter and my husband, so we help each other going up the rocks, and so it's a team effort to go up to the finish line and then come back about an hour, 2 hours after. But it's very refreshing, and it's just the way it looks from the top is really beautiful. So it's very we're lucky we have that here.
Or feeling that we achieved the goal.
That's right.
In Mount Everest.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
I mean, you see other people, you gotta, you help them too. Sometimes they get lost, and then, so it's difficult to be by themselves. But at the same time, you help other people, which, makes you feel better about that too. And so, but I think, it's just the right weather, the season, be prepared. It's very important to go hiking. You don't want to get hurt, and you always want to be with someone. I think, in my experience, that's what I think is best. It's fun. You talk to other people, and you get away from social distance, social media. And actually, someone was talking about, I think it was you, Dr. Borines, that you talked about the pandemic, and actually all those trails were closed. So a lot of people didn't know where to go or what to do. So they were doing exercises at home too. But I think, that also increased their anxiety and depression. Not having, the areas open to go either. So that was very difficult for some of them.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. So Marilu and I have been, like walking, hiking in different places. Where in fact we went to Cathedral Rock. We went to Fletcher's, Mary Jane's Falls. Your sound resonate those places. We also went to Mountain Edge, Red Rock, the Calico. So we've been there too. We also went to different sites in Mount Charleston. We also walked at Lake Mead, that 8 miles back and forth. That's a long walk. Marilu and I did the same thing. And we also went to Valley of Fire. But Marilu, I'll ask you, of all these places that we went to, where's the place that you really want to go back? Of all those places that we have.
Well, every place is different. They have different like scenery, like the Red Rock. I love the beautiful rocks and stuff, and that is good if it's not hot. But Mount Charleston in morning, when even on summertime we do it like early in the morning. We go there. You won't believe it. 7 o'clock we're at Mount Charleston.
Wow.
So by the time the crowd come at 10, we're already done. So we beat the heat. So at least there is breeze, because we wake up early, come to my house, we go to Mount Charleston. She has to be here, so we have to be there by 7. So that way we start hiking. It's like there's nobody there and stuff. And so this different places has different things to offer. So it depends on the weather. And we have this the Fletcher over by
Mount Charleston.
We like that because it's a short loop. It's only like not even probably 2 miles, or it's a little bit over 2 miles.
At least 2
but
miles,
it's got a beautiful view when you get up to the top. So, and then there's the trees that calls you down. So I like that. So but Bryce Canyon is beautiful.
Yes.
I love the Bryce Canyon. We went there summer and we hiked down to the canyon. Me and my brother-in-law, my husband and my sister stayed. And so we went down and then we came. Going down was easy for me. Coming back up was kind of hard. We had to make some short rest in between, but it was good. That's all this. I can't just say that I love this one place because to me they're all different and they have different to offer. Yes.
Yeah. And I would agree with that too, though. But the best for me, Marilu wasn't there when I was hiking at Reno. Reno, Nevada, close to UNR. Are you familiar with that place, Michael Thompson's Trailhead? It's the Hunter Creek. Boy, that is an 4 miles walk to the crossing up across the mountain. It is really it's a falls at the end, but it was too long. And of all these places that I have been, that is the most challenging on my part. Why? Because there were rocks, there were water, there were like steep places. I almost gave up. I said, oh my gosh, I could not do that. But my motivation was, I want to touch that water. I want to be in that falls. I want to be there. I was dragging my feet. I was going with my family, and all these kids are on in front of me, and I was at the end. But I said, I know I can do this. But it was so fun. There's a lot of people going in. There are even some family, like babies. They have babies in their backpack. Yeah. The parents has to grab the whole family. I said, make sure that you have enough water, enough milk, because we're going to go to the mountains. But it was fun. So we went there for 4 hours. It was most probably 4 to 5 miles going up, and going down is the same thing. But I would still love to go back there. Maybe for the 4 of us, let's go there. That's fun.
Yes.
Let's do it.
It was so nice.
We'll do ladies trip, right?
That's right.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
Yes.
It's the 4 of us now. It's not only one Edsel. It's only you're all there by yourself. But now we have friends, a couple of friends of the same. Like, we love to do the same thing.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
And when you hang out with great minds that thinks alike,
Yes.
you learn, right?
Oh, yes.
And I think
it's a good environment to be in.
That's right.
I agree.
I think we have in common here. These are all positive people in front of us.
Yeah.
If you could only see our
Look at
smile.
Dr. Z. Look at Dr. Gonzalez, So they're good mentors, So
Yeah. It's nice. It's really nice. So maybe one of these days we could gather some of our friends out there and we will walk together. But before we went into the
Yeah.
most like ending part of our conversation, I would like to ask each and every one of you, what are the challenging part of hiking? Because pretty much some people will ask us, so what are the things that you struggle with? So we'll start with Shannon. What are the struggles when you go to like hiking sessions?
Yeah, there's a few. So definitely I feel like I've hiked when I haven't been maybe in the best mental state. So really trying to clear your head, get those like positive vibes and the attitude is definitely a big thing. But also when you're hiking, I happens to me a lot, especially when I'm hiking with higher elevation. I do want to give up. I'm out of breath. I'm tired. Maybe some blisters are forming and I'm ready to be done. But it's really important for me just to kind of push through, and it's very rewarding maybe once you're at the top or even when you get back to your car.
Yeah.
And you kind of pass maybe some hikers who are walking up and you're like, wow, that was me not too long ago. So that's definitely one. A struggle for me is I always have to make sure you have sunscreen, especially for me. I fry. So definitely making sure that I have all my supplies, like definitely water, snacks, sunscreen, and a good shoe, maybe just for good ankle support. You're saying for balance and whatnot. The rocks can be somewhat slippery or they're moving around. So it's important to protect yourself.
Yeah, I would agree. So do you have any add-on, Edsel, on your part?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest struggles for me is I'm usually cold 24/7. Hands and feet are cold. So even if it's not during the summer, but like I struggle with what am I going to wear? What's the appropriate attire for the day? Because I usually, put on pants, something under, a long sleeve, 3 jackets if it's cold, and then as I'm going up, I'm getting really, really hot. So I start taking everything off. And then I end up carrying so much stuff, So that's my biggest struggle.
I think that is true for everyone. Do you struggle the same way, Marilu?
I try to dress appropriately, but sometimes you're right. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I think I need this extra jacket. And then you start hiking and then you're hot. So now I'm tying that jacket in my waist or in my backpack and then it's like falling and you're right, I think I had enough water and then I ran out of water. I drink so much, Then again, you have the balance whether you want to drink a lot to get hydrated, but then you don't want to be peeing because there's no bathroom up there, So that's my struggle. Zara knows that. Like Sarah was like, I gotta go pee. I'm like, okay, there's no bathroom here. So, but it's like, yeah, and also it's like my struggle is like just going uphill. I'm like really short of breath. I was like, and then once you go up there and then you're like, okay, everything is like level. I was like, okay, now it's better. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you want to give up, right? But and then Sarah's like, no, come on, let's go. It's almost there. We can see it, I have this one friend, and she's a hiker and she like bikes and stuff. And Zara and we went to her with a cathedral rock. And she was the one that pushed us to get up there, She was like, come on, we're almost there. You can see it there. I'm like, oh, can you just come down? We'll meet you down here. I'm like, no, come up. But yes, there's a lot of struggle. But, in the end, when you conquer it, it's like rewarding.
Yes. And I would agree with that. Miss Martha, do you have any add-on on your own challenges while you're hiking?
Actually, yes, I have a lot of challenges. One of them, which is the number one thing, is the time. Time to go hiking is the number one challenge. And then the second one is when you go accompany with others, you have to be mindful of seeing what they can do and they cannot. Sometimes they struggle with, the the trails, and then you have to return. It's still a lot to walk, but you try to do it all together. And then so time is one of them. I try to do it quick, and I shouldn't. I also I bring a lot of things with me, so weight on my back is one of the challenges to carry all the weight. With all of this food, which is mostly more carbs, some protein bars, and a lot of water and Gatorade, because you have to stay hydrated. And but that's one of the challenges. I don't mind to go up hills or anything like that, but that's one of the biggest challenges. It's just time to go and hike and then stay on a track, just to finish the trail with other people that might be not feeling too good in that moment. But I like to go either even if I'm not feeling bad, I like to go walking just because I know benefits of it. And but for the most part, it's just the time, to take and go with heavy work and things to do at home. But those are most of the challenges, it just, even if you go prepare, there's always challenges. And it's always good to think the way of managing all these changes. As nurses, we know how well we have to manage changes and sudden challenges. So
Yes.
It's just we have to deal with it as best as we can, and then manage time. But those are my challenges. Just try to be prepared on the time.
And that is true. So I heard everybody's challenge, and I think I have the same challenge with you guys. So the only thing that Marilu was saying is going up. I always have having trouble breathing, but what I do is, stop in every 2 hours or every hour. I have to really pause, all right, recoup things, and then drink water, and then move on again. If other people can hike there for 2 hours, I'll do it for 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. My goal is the same as yours, correct? Once I'm up there, I'm good. I don't have to, to fight with anyone who will be the first one to go in. I just want to go in. So it doesn't matter if I will be late. It will take me 3 hours or 4 hours. I will be there. So that's also my thinking power is I will be there. But I will not speak as you are. So but the goal is the same. We're going to go hit that mark there, and I will be there pretty soon. So I don't know if you realize that when we are hiking, there are some values that we usually, experience, like teamwork. Most of the time it's 2 or 3. So you have to be teamwork. You have to make sure that you can take care of everyone as you move along. Martha just explained about that, being resilience. Because, it's not easy to get there. So you have to keep pushing yourself. You have to be positive. Positive mindset, because you have to keep striving. You have to drive that force that I want to be there. So, and perseverance, you just have to keep going. Despite of the fact that there are some challenges, it's the same as anybody else. It's the same as our lives. Every day is a challenge. It's the same thing as hiking. But if we hit the mark, we get the goal, we are there. And everything just suffice. The challenges are gone. I hit the mark. I hit the goal. Correct? Do you agree with me?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, and then you have to be flexible. You have to have your skills. Because I realized that when I was in Reno, I learned how to move when you go down. I have to pick the right rocks that I have to step onto. I had that, this is my strategy right now. I never slip, not even one step. So I know now where to pick. Okay, this is a rock bigger than anybody else. Anybody else, I have to focus. I have to look down all the time. And then I have to look where I'm going. It's a lot of skills. It's not just like you're walking, especially if you're going up and down. There's some trails that are hard, rocky, muddy. There's some water in it. There's a lot. But it doesn't matter. The goal is there to get into that mark, and we are all happy at the end.
Yes,
correct?
just like you said, Dr. Borenas, that is a skill that people who hikes learn how to do, balancing around that,
Yes.
the flat and the heights and the bad rocks. It's a skill that everyone experience
Yep.
and learn how to do. So it's
Yeah,
great.
not everybody can do it. So just like not
No.
everybody will be a nurse, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody will be a hiker. Correct? But it's really nice. So for those
And in
people,
nursing,
go ahead.
yeah, in nursing we have to learn teamwork, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, teamwork. Otherwise, you won't survive if you don't work with teamwork.
That's right.
So
Because even one time,
especially you work in specialty area, critical care, emergency room like that, you have teamwork. Otherwise, I learned that right away because you're coding a patient and you don't know how to work teamwork. You don't know how to you help. You gotta so you work a team. That's how you survive. Just like we're hiking, we have to have teamwork. So you get to the top. Everybody goes to the top, not just one. Everybody,
right.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yep.
A lot of communication and a lot of
that's right. There you go.
yes.
Yes.
There you
It's
go.
safe to
There's
get through it.
communication again.
And
Yes,
safety as
yes.
well. Remember,
Uh-huh.
Shannon and Edsel, we always talk about safety. We have to be
Yes.
safe.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to think safety all the time because we want to go back safe. We want to go back alive.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
So it's
It's like
really
nursing. You want to save the lives of your patients, right? So you
That's
think
right.
of safety. It's
Yeah.
like hiking. It's safety. You got to make sure. So, yep.
This is
All
really
related, right?
It is related. So and then we could relate to each other because we are hikers. Nobody most probably knew that we have in common in here. We want to go out. We want to have fun, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one last
Yes,
one. So
yes.
because basically maybe right after our most probably talk for tonight, there will be some people who might be joining us. So what would be your advice? Just one piece of advice for everyone, so at least they will be prepared. Maybe they will just be engrossed to go because we are all talking about it, but we have to give them one piece of advice. Let's start from Marilu.
Oh, to me, it's like really commitment.
Yes.
You have to commit your time because if you make excuses, then it's not gonna happen. So that's a big thing. It's like, okay, like I said, okay, Zara would call me. It's like, okay, tomorrow. I'm like, okay, tomorrow. Her and I we easily like when she says or I say okay. We don't go all around anymore, but and that's the thing. But a lot of people will tell us, oh, I want to come, and then they will not come. So that's the thing, is you have to commit because this is for your own health. It's for your own, it's self-care, and you got to take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody's going to take care of you. And you
Yep.
cannot take care of other people either. That's my piece of advice.
Jean Watson, see that?
Okay. Huh?
Miss Edsel, do you have any piece of advice for our viewers?
Yes. I would say do not ever, ever, ever forget your water and bring some snacks because there's some trails that are kind of challenging and it's really important to stay hydrated. We want to come back alive, like Dr. Z said. So yeah, always bring snacks and don't forget your water.
That is true. Remember, Marilyn and I were hiking in Mount Charleston and we ran out of water. So some of the people are also hiking, gave us some water.
Wow.
Yes.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. So what about you, Shannon? What can you give to our audience in here? They're listening to you. What piece of advice will you give them?
Okay, the first advice I would say would definitely have a good pair of socks. Make sure they're high up on your ankles so you don't get some blisters. That is not fun halfway through. Getting blisters, but definitely kind of going off with it's also with water and snacks, making sure you're prepared and just knowing that you can do it. Whether it just be like maybe like a half-mile hike or like the 8-mile loop that you were talking about earlier. I know hiking may be intimidating at first, and it can be, but just know that you can do it, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. Just commit to it, like everyone has been saying, and you can do it. No, it's possible.
Yes. And I would agree with that. Everything is possible if you're committed to do it. Committed to do it. All right, that's fun. So Martha, what can you add on? I would like to give them advice on what they could do as new hikers.
Well, my word of advice will be to look and make sure that you go into a hike site that is safe for you, and also make sure that you're prepared, just like everyone said. You have to be prepared with food, good equipment, good clothing. Make sure that you go with someone else. Take your time. It's not about perfection, but completion of the task. And just enjoy yourself. Just think about how beneficial the hiking will be for your health. That will include mental, soul, and body. It's just as good as medicine, but medicine will be nature. So always take your time. Like I said, it's not about perfection, but just do the best you can, and always be yourself, and just take your time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you so much. And we got a lot of things going on today. But for me, my piece of advice is just do it slowly but surely. As Martha said, it's just basically, it's your own accomplishment. It's not others. It's for self-care. So you don't have to be with like other people are so quick in hiking. We don't. We're not professional hikers, but we love what we do. Okay,
Yes.
it's more of quality time. It's not like we just gotta go rush ourselves. Take it easy. My advice, you can break in between. The goal is to get in there, not the time. It should be quality versus quantity, most probably. So, and as everybody is aware that this is one of the activity that we really have to engage. If I were you, you listen to our viewers, you heard it from everyone that it is one thing that we should really do because it is fun and you're really gonna be healthy after all. Me, at the beginning, I am not a hiker, but I walk. I walk 3 times a week, 2 miles every walk. So I've been doing that for years. But not like Shannon, been hiking for 20 years, maybe for me 10 years, but I've been walking ever since. But going for hiking is even better. It's better than anything, just like going back and forth in the streets. Now it's upgraded because you can see nature, the breeze of the air is there, it's fresh. So everything is changed when we hike. So as we all heard from all our guests, so we have all the benefits that we gathered from everything that we discussed for tonight. Basically, we have hiking is basically a physical exercise, it's self-care. Then it makes our bones and muscles strong, right, as you go along. It improves our balance. It improves our heart and our lungs as you go along. Remember, as you move along to the mountainside, it is not easy. You're practicing with your lungs out there. You're breathing. Deep breathing is there. So it really makes your heart and your lungs really get healthy. Another thing is mental health. Martha mentioned earlier, Stanford University had a lot of researchers that really they really have to publish some of their articles that hiking would really reduce the stress. And not only that, it calms you down. So if you're anxious, if you have a huge test or whatever, go for hiking. Let's see what happens, right? Because it really does help. They also emphasize that it could also reduce possibility of being depressed. So it would also decrease depression tendencies, which I do agree. We have a lot now in our community that are depressed. Maybe we will encourage them to join us someday, correct? Because we have here hikers. Maybe we could get some of them, recruit them so they could come with us, and maybe we could help the entire community. because we know, the four of us, we could see it, we feel it, we experience it, the difference of having this activity, hiking or walking towards our health. And lastly, we also mentioned about relationship with your healthy relationship with our family, friends, your neighbors. Anyone could join us, correct? They could just join us, and this really build relationship of, as I said, it's not only friends, families. They could gather all together. We could go hike. So while hiking, you're bonding, you're talking about your success, you're talking about your days. And it's the bonding moment, the quality time between families, friends, relatives, and maybe people you just met on the trail. It is really nice. So I would encourage everyone. So please, if you are, to be one of us, because we know for a fact that walking and hiking is very significant. Take your hike. Take your first hike, and you have to do your self-care through hiking. All right. So we are all done. Do you have any questions, more questions, or more add-on from my guests? No? All right. But I would like to...
Very good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. I know that this is a simple task for us, but at least we are all nurses here. This is one of our role to have health promotion. And tonight we just did. Everybody just pitch in our own experiences, our own principles in life, our own values. And guess what? One of these days, we will invite everyone and everybody will join us. To all our listeners out there, thank you so much. And I hope that this episode, Hiking, Walking Monday, will be beneficial to everyone. Good luck, everyone, and have a happy day. Do your self-care. Thank you so much. Back to you, Kuya Yo.
From your PHLV radio family, Merry Christmas and all the best in the coming year.
Merry Christmas from your friends at PHLV Radio.